Hello once again and welcome to this week's Building Endeavour mid-deck video. My name's Andy, thanks for joining me. And as always, if you enjoy this video, just like what you see, please do leave a like and perhaps consider subscribing as well. That would be great. Welcome back on board, and on this video this week we're basically going to continue where we left off. So I left it with last week's varnishing of the hull. This is all nice and dry now. I'm going to continue on the other side, do the same thing. You can see the difference there. It's going to be quite spectacular when that's done, and then that should be it then for this outer hull. I'm going to experiment with some colours next. We're going to try and mix up some colours for the edge here. It's going to be some sort of red. I'll put it on the screen in a moment which colour that is. I'm going to try and get as close as I can to that one, and then I need to edge it very gently with a fairly dry brush so as not to bleed over. Right, so let's go on with the rest of this varnishing next. Okay, I'll just let that dry, but as before I'm going to do another coat here, probably do that off camera. Alright, so just while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm just going to cut the main yard now. This is an 8mm dowel rod. It's just slightly longer than it needs to be, so I'm just going to cut it off here. And then I'm going to taper it down like I did with the mast as well. So it has to come down to, just about 6mm. So leaving it roughly 8 in the middle, and I'm going to taper down to 6, like I say, on either side. I'll use the file, sandpaper, and I'll keep measuring it just to make sure I'm on track. Okay, let's start that next. Okay, so that's the tip down now to where I want it. This is about 6mm, perfect. So I need to do the same on the other side now, and I'm just going to round that over as well, so I can do that quickly. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll just round the top of this over as well, and then that's just needs staining then. Alright, very happy with that. The ends are nice and rounded and even. So before I stain it, I'm just going to give it a final gentle sand with this now, and then I'll buff it up with this old nail buffer here to get a nice shine on it if we can. Let's do that now. Okay, let's stain this now. Okay, while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to have a look at the belly of the ship now, as you can see. It's really fine. I did a double coat on this belly of the ship here. It looks fine, I'm really happy with that. So next we're going to look at doing this edge here. I'm going to use a colour. It is this colour, you can see it's green right now, called RAL3032 Pearl Red. That's the colour I'm going to aim for. Now it doesn't matter if it doesn't quite look like that, as long as this is sort of dark red. I'm going to use this paint here, and I'm going to darken it with just a little bit of black paint and see where that takes us. Okay, so let's see how I do. Okay, I've got as close as I think I can. It's really difficult to get that exact same colour, but this is the kind of colour I wanted. I've mixed a bit of black in there, a bit of white again, also another bit more red, a bit of the scarlet red, and a bit of blue as well, just to put a sort of a more blue feel to it. Anyway, it's really difficult. I'm no painting mix expert for sure. And I'm not going to buy a whole tub of or small amount of RAL3032 anyway. I'm not too concerned that it's not that exact tone, but it's just that's what I was going for. So I'm happy with this. I'm going to use this flathead paintbrush now and put it very gently on the edge there. The paint is fairly thick, so I put a bit of water in, but it's still fairly thick, and I'll just be able to just dab it on the edge here, just and try not to bleed over the sides if I can. Alright, let's get on with that. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that now. It's not quite even. You can see where the stained wood is a little bit darker through, but you know what? I've got what I wanted, that dark red colour, just highlighting the hull that's been cut. I've left these though, and I've obviously left these because they're further back, but it was mainly the hull that I wanted to get that effect on. So I'm good with that. Maybe not RAL3032, but close enough. That's what I had in mind. Right, on with the next bit. Alright, next I can make these inner quarter reinforcements. I can take the measurements of these off the plan. They're 3mm by 1mm. I'll just cut one and then measure the others up and cut them. I need about probably 7 or 8 of these, and they're going to go around this part here of the yard, like that. Okay, let's do that next. Right, so I've got 8 of them. I've just clamped them up. I like to make sure everything's the same length. So I'm just going to process them, give them a quick light sanding, make sure everything is the exact same length. And then I'll shape them so that the sides are slightly chamfered in, so that when you put them on the yard, they'll butt up to each other nicely. Okay, next I need to find the centre of the yard and the centre of these quarters, and then just line them up. And I'm going to use white glue to do this. It does suggest contact adhesive, but I like the freedom of the white glue gives, although it takes longer obviously to dry. Let's do that next. Okay, so that's the inner quarter reinforcements. I'm just going to let those completely dry now. Next, I'm just going to deal with this rather unsightly part here. It's the same on the other side as well. There's no mention of it in the magazine, but I'm going to just put some spare sapling straights and cover that, because it would have been the wood there. I'm just going to cut a few of these, pop them there, just cover that, and that should take care of that on both sides. Let's do that. And then on the other side as well, I think that's a lot better. I just need to trim them off. I can do that off camera though. Right, on to the next bit. Okay, so next, just like the main mast yard here, I've got to make the slightly narrower top mast yard out of this 6mm diameter piece of dowel. I'll just line it up against the plan, cut it to size, and then as before, file it and sand it and make a nice taper to the ends as well. And then when I've done that, I need to put these reinforcing quarters on just the same way as this after it's been stained. Let's get on with all that next. Okay, that's got a great taper on either end now. So next it needs staining. Let's do that next. Alright, so while waiting for that to dry, I need to cut more of these inner quarter reinforcement strips. Let's do that next. Alright, so as before, I've put all those onto the top mast yard now. Next, I just need to sand them down, get them all nice and smooth. Let's do that next. Okay, well that's it for this week's video. I do hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today, and remember to like and hopefully subscribe if you do. So hope you have a great week, and until next week then, bye for now.